But here's another Ford. Straight six in it as well. You might be able to hear he started up that loader in the background. Another Ford. Nice Dodge in front of it. This one from Missouri, the cab doesn't look like it's in too bad a shape. Pop the hood on it if it'll open. Oh, it's got a newer model 302, I guess, in it. This one might have been somebody's play toy at one point in time. That would be a nice truck to have. That is a beautiful old Dodge. I think that's a 1957, due to the headlights having the ring over the top of it. That may have a V8 in it too. Let me do a quick walk around, then I'll try to pop the hood on it. That's a 400, so I would assume it's a 1.25 tons. Could be wrong, probably am wrong. Old dump bed on it. It's actually got the old trip handle. You can see one on the other side as well. I've never really seen a dump bed like that before that had one on the other side, but probably an old city truck. That way somebody else that was riding in the passenger side could dump the gate. Roof on this old truck looks like it's smashed in. Well, let me set the camera down real quick. I'm getting pretty excited about this truck. This might have a V8 in it. Let me set the camera down and I'll pop the hood on it. Well, it does have a V8 in it, but not the V8 that I was expecting. This is a 270 V8. It's a lot like the Hemi. You can actually take Hemi heads and put it on this engine. At least I think this is a 270. Don't quote me on that. Well, the belts are off of it. I was going to try to see if it'd spin over. But this is a neat looking old dump truck. Body looks like it's in decent shape. Let me shut the hood. I know what you're thinking. I'm going to try to drag that home. And you would be 100% correct. Got an F5 Ford down here. No engine in it. I can see through the hood. International L160. 1.25 tons. Straight six silver diamond in it. Looks like it made somebody mad at one point in his life. Another International sitting right behind it. This would be a 58, 57. Again, I'm probably wrong on the year. Got the red diamond straight six in it. An S170. You can hear that loader in the background. Old Ford F350. Looks like the frame on it's not too happy. Well, looky there. Wasn't I just talking about trying to find a white 4000? This one's fairly rough, but I do love this body style. Got the Cummins in it. Gigantic bed. Maybe a scrap hauler at one point. Non-turboed. Got a 13-speed Road Ranger in it. You can hear that loader. Oh, that sounds good. Got an International scraper. Turbocharged. I believe that's a DT466. An E200 pay scraper. Check out the chains on this. Got an old trailer with a tank off of a truck. Got some snow plows stacked up on the front of it. A Jeep Cherokee Classic. An Avco New Idea. Never even heard of that brand before, to be honest with you. Alice Chalmers Combine. Another Ford, an F3. F7, I'm sorry. With an International Transtar 4300 hood sitting on the back. Hood looks like it's in nice shape. This one had a flathead in it. Well, I guess technically still has the block, but somebody took the heads off of it in the intake. A few other miscellaneous parts. That International hood is in nice shape. There's one small crack up here. Got some various scraps sitting here. Ford F-250. '84, '85, somewhere in that year. Automatic. Hobart welder. A Ford C600 cab over. Don't really see a lot of these in my area. Don't look like it's in too bad a shape. It really don't look like it's in too bad of shape. My grandpa actually had two of these at one time. They both had the 330 V8. And he had another one that pulled a car trailer. I believe that one had air brakes on it. I may be wrong. Got an axle sitting here. And look at this awesome International four-wheel drive sitting back here in the back. That is an awesome old truck. I couldn't even tell you the year. I'd guess, and I'd probably be wrong. Well, speaking about International four-wheel drives, I'm so excited to see this truck that I didn't pay any attention to this four-wheel drive sitting back here. This is an absolute monster as well. Look at the winch on the front of this. Probably a Braden, like the one on the front of my yellow F600. Wow, this is a neat looking old truck. I'm like a kid in a candy store with this stuff. I'm sure there's a few of you watching right now that are the same way. Fairly decent length of frame on the back of this one. This one's actually double framed as well. Front drive shaft is gone, but it does still have the transfer case back here. The front end doesn't have lockouts like the tag on the side states. It is all-wheel drive. Axles here. I have no idea what type of axle that is. It's not a Timken. It doesn't look like it goes together like a banjo, so somebody out there in the comment section, I guess, drop below what that might be. Really neat old truck. I love that body style. Then we'll get in here and talk about this one too. 671 Detroit. I'm sure this truck might have been put together out of a few. Nothing wrong with that. It's got an incredibly short wheelbase on it. If I had to guess, somebody chopped the frame. Yeah, you can see in the back. This truck's been shortened. You can see the inside section, and then this is the outside C-channel that slid over. So somebody shortened this truck up. It doesn't have a dump bed. I would almost think that at one point it either had a wrecker bed on it, or if this was used to pull mobile home trailers. That would explain to me at least the short wheelbase that it has. Let me go back up to the front end. It looked like this axle had a tag on it, so. A Spicer Dana tag on it. Actually has a cover that comes off the front of the axle. That's pretty unusual with all the four-wheel drives that I've seen. Usually the third member pulls out kind of like a Ford 9-inch rear end. Lift blocks on the front axle, but you'll see that a lot with 2-ton and bigger trucks. I know they always say not to do that with a half-ton or any kind of pickup, but it's common practice in these bigger trucks. This old truck's fairly complete. It's got the silver diamond, I think, straight 6 in it. Starters on it, carburetors on it. Oh, I'm sorry, looks like a yellow diamond possibly? Or somebody painted the engine up themselves. Aside from the body damage, this old truck's pretty complete. An old log truck. GMC. Here's a it looks like a 3208 Caterpillar. Spicer transmission behind it. International Transtar 4200 with a sleeper on it. Let me see if I can get a better look at it. Got a flatbed on it with a bunch of pipes stacked on it. GMC box truck. This may have a Detroit in it as well. There's some junk stacked on the sides of the fender, so I don't want to mess with that, or I would pop the hood. Another Huff payloader. Look at the size of that engine in here. It's turbocharged. An H700 Series C. Got a slick tire on the back here, but it does have some tread tires on the front. Got another, I believe it's a Euclid haul truck sitting back here. Check out the hydro assist steering arm on this truck, or the steering cylinder. You probably needed every bit of that to turn these massive tires in the front. I would assume that was a 471 Detroit. It's got the cylinder head removed off of it, but you can see that it has the GM stamp on the blower down here. International back here with a crane on it. That's kind of the same setup crane as my buddy Bill the Junking Fool out there has on his old Chevy rollback truck. This is a 1600, probably 345 in it as well. Old truck sounds good. Got an old Dodge sitting down here. Got the dreaded automatic in here. That's probably why it's parked. Valve P-pumped engine. It's got the intercooler pipe taken apart, the boot's missing. Quite a bit of oil on the engine. Missing the thermostat housing. More than likely a designated parts truck. 315,000. It's not really a lot for one of these trucks, but a lot of the four-wheel drives in my area live a pretty hard life. Unfortunately, this is where I'm going to have to end video number 2. The third part in this series will be out very shortly. If you missed the first video, I'll leave a link to it in the video description below. But as always, thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. It truly means a lot. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment or a question down below. Consider subscribing if this is the kind of content that you're into. And as always, just a friendly reminder that it doesn't matter if you're working on your project in a garage or in your driveway. What matters is that you go out there, you do the job yourself, and you learn more about your project, whatever that project may be. Now that this video is over, how about you go outside and work on something? My name is Zane, and I'll catch you next time.